I'm Susan Brown, and today I'm going to take you beyond the fog to San Francisco's City Hall. Today, joining me is Ellen Schumer, San Francisco's City Hall historian. Ellen, welcome.
So nice to see you, Susan. What a pleasure to have you visit this historic building.
Thank you. Tell me about the doors and also City Hall.
One thing that everyone needs to know is the official address of San Francisco City Hall, which is number 1 Dr. Carlton B. Goodlett Place. It was officially changed to honor this man in January of 1999. So if you plan to visit, come to number 1 Dr. Carlton B. Goodlett Place. If you look at the historic building, what you will see is gold leaf, 23.5 carats. So now we are going to open the door and see the great treasures that are waiting for us to view.
Ellen, this is a beautiful building. Can you tell me where we are now and who the architects were and what year was it built?
We are in the South Light Court that was designed by the architects of the building, Arthur Brown Jr. and John Bakewell Jr. And the building was built in less than 3 years. Construction began in April of 1913, and the building was completed in December of 1915. It is classified as a Beaux-Arts building. The previous City Hall was an interim City Hall on Market Street that is the Whitcomb Hotel, which served as City Hall because the City Hall that is where the main branch of the public library stands today was destroyed in the earthquake of 1906.
Now we're standing in front of this wonderful model of City Hall. Can you tell me a little bit about the dome and the construction?
The dome is truly, truly unique. It is the very tallest dome in the United States of America and happens to be the 5th tallest dome in the world. It's a 3-part dome. The major sections you see of the dome from the interior are plaster of Paris. The exterior you see this magnificent building, but also the gold leaf on the dome, which is 23.5 carats.
Ellen, tell us about the shovel.
The shovel is an incredible piece. It's done in sterling silver. It was originally made for the ceremony of turning the first mound of dirt when construction began of San Francisco City Hall. Sonny Jim Rolfe, the mayor at the time, put his foot on top of the shovel, and April 5th of the year 1913, construction began on this building. It is in a place of honor. It was made by the Shreve Corporation, which is still in business in San Francisco on Post Street.
Ellen, tell me about the vault, because we never really see these kinds of things anymore.
When the building opened, people who owed San Francisco money would bring their bag of coins and give it to someone at a kidney-shaped counter. Remember, this was before American Express, MasterCharge, Visa. Everything was in a sack or paper. You would give it to the person, they would give you a receipt, and then it would come into the vault. When there was a great overflow, there is a secondary unit in the room, and hopefully someday all of them will be filled with gold again.
Ellen, tell me about City Hall, the medallions, the domes, and the beautiful, magnificent staircase, which is one of my favorite places in the whole world.
It's a staircase where you will see brides walking down like a fairy tale. Maybe they're Cinderella, but a true Cinderella in San Francisco is San Francisco's chief of protocol, and the staircase is named in honor of her, Charlotte Maillard Schultz. Charlotte originally came from Texas, but all of this came from the state of Tennessee. 4 major medallions housed in City Hall. Henri Crenier. He came to San Francisco to work under the 2 interior designers, Jacques Bourgeois and Paul Danville, and he is credited with giving this stone building its meaning. The medallion here is the Medallion of Learning in honor of the children, a man reading from a book. The medallion, as you turn here, is the Medallion of Strength, sword in his hand, facing the legislative body known as the Board of Supervisors. The medallion here, the Medallion of Liberty, extending the olive branch, and the medallion here, a woman holding an equilateral triangle in her hand, the Medallion of Equality. The mythological father of mathematics is in the background.
And then the dome has all of these gorgeous carvings. Do they have a meaning?
Yes, Henri Crenier took the interpretation of Bakewell and Brown and created a rotunda that is truly, the ceiling is truly extraordinary. If you look very carefully, you will also see the Sun King carved in. Interestingly enough, we have the Sun King and also the mayor who created this building, better known as Sonny Jim Rolfe.
Ellen, this is one of the most beautiful rooms I've ever seen in my life. Please tell us where we are and what body of government has the privilege of sitting here.
The room is called the Board of Supervisors. San Francisco has 11 supervisors who serve the city and county. This is where they make and change the laws for San Francisco. You see 5 desks on each side, and then the person who is elected by the board sits at the dais.
And tell me about the gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous ceiling and how it was made and constructed.
The ceiling looks like wood, but it is not. It is a cast plaster ceiling. You can see many, many designs in the ceiling, and if you look very carefully, you can see the face of the devil. Hanging from the ceiling is the extraordinary chandeliers.
And can you tell me about the shape of the little bowls of the chandeliers?
Yes, actually they are called saucers, and when this chamber was dedicated in October of 1916, you would have seen light bulbs because the saucers had not arrived from France in time for the dedication. But today you see the chandeliers with the original saucers covering the light bulbs.
Now, is the green color that we see, is that the original color?
No, that has actually all been color enhanced so you can see the details of the ceiling. It also makes you look at the paneling that is in the room, which is all Manchurian oak, all that the world has left. It's a hardwood they found that was soft enough to carve, you will find baskets, leaves, fruit, medallions, all carved by the talented workforce who made this building so extraordinary. In the words of one of the former mayors of San Francisco, who is now United States Senator from the state of California, Dianne Feinstein, who served in this room, she stood up one day and she said, anyone who is lucky enough to work in this room should never leave it.
Ellen, I cannot thank you enough for this incredible, detailed, and awe-inspiring tour and the history of San Francisco. Thank you so much.
It was my honor and privilege to show this extraordinary building to you and to your viewers. And please come visit us at San Francisco City Hall.
Thank you. I'm Susan Brown. Thank you for joining me on Beyond the Fog. For more hidden treasures, please go to beyondthefog.net.